Hi there, Lorraine. Greetings to you. From Australia. I know things are tough over there. My love to you. Absolutely. Must be real hard over there right now. I have a few friends and clients over there that are feeling the pressure. So much love to you always. So I haven't done tarot for such a long time. No, but not readings. I've been doing plenty of private readings, but I haven't managed with everything else going on, other commitments coming forward. I haven't managed to be on here just to do some tarot to give people some foresight, some knowings for energies present and energies to come. So I thought I'd take some time today to do some tarot for the week ahead and maybe see how we go for some personal quick readings live on here, see how we go for that time-wise. So just let some people come in while I shuffle the cards and get ready. So, you know, things are getting intense as predicted. Many of the things that I spoke about a long time ago are being present right now and coming down the line right now, which is unfortunate, to be honest. You would wish to be wrong, for sure, for sure. So let's see going on for October the 2nd of 2021. So the energies of today that may be within you, around you, and within others, take what resonates and leave what does not. I appreciate sharing out this stream. The more people we can get here, the more time I can dedicate to this channel. I'm just having to go where help is needed and also where money is right now. So the more I can get stuff done here, the more I can be here. So 2nd of October 2021, upside down energies for sure in reverse. So let's see. Yeah, anybody seeing the stream, sharing it out really does help bring in private readings for me, and also really does help others to be able to gain from it. Hey, Angelo, much love to you. Much love to you. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. So this is for the 2nd of October 2021, and we have, as you can see, reversed energies here in the 3 of Swords in the reverse, the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse, and we also Blue Angel, love that name, with the 5 of Wands in the upright. Blue Angel, I bet you with that that tag name, you've got some energies going on right now. There's a lot of blue magic going on right now. So you infusing the energies with that good blue magic. Oh my goodness, love to you. So on the bottom of the deck, we also have the Chariot in reverse. So this being the only major arcana, the bottom of the deck being the underpinning energies of the reading of the day. So for the 2nd of October, today, we have the Chariot in reverse. And so the Chariot in the upright would be the yin and the yang in balance, and the Chariot energy is fast. It bombards, it goes through the skies. And when it's in reverse, this would mean that the yin, the yang, the masculine, the feminine, divine are out of balance. What happens here when the Chariot pulls off? Both yin and yang pull in different directions. Hence you, the Chariot, is torn apart, is broken up. And so this is where it's important to get that balance in point, whatever energies you are having around you or within you right now. And so this is where, you know, in spirit, you can feel ripped apart, you can feel broken. Some of you today, unfortunately, feeling the energies of breakups happening that are very hurtful. And so this has put you out of balance, and it feels like it's crippling your spirit, you know, and it's a horrible feeling when you're in these energies. The pain is intense, which would speak to the 3 of Swords in reverse. But I want to say to you who are experiencing this today, whether it be through relationships or just similar energies being brought through by different experiences, I would say to you with this 3 of Swords in reverse, it really is in your control today, just how much broken you are and just how much you allow yourself to be broken and for how long. Through breath work, through energy work, you can absolutely turn this around into stop sort of avoiding the pain that you are feeling, stop having that fear of the pain that you need to transmute to get back into balance. The fear of this is actually making the situation 10 times more amplified, and you are actually building that fear, that pain up to be even more than it was when you first needed to look at it. And so looking at this pain today, feeling this pain, allowing yourself to shed those tears, use those elements within, allowing yourself to break a plate, using that fire, that passion, allowing yourself to cry, use that magic that Wayne has mentioned that I've done many times, where you collect your tears, label it up, use it as a ritualistic tool as you're going into your breath work. Speak into those tears of pain, words of strength, of courage, of beauty, and see how that actually starts to transmute the waters within by you concentrating your force on some waters that you collected from the within to the without into this reality. So then you are using great magic to transmute that energy in the physical, and not just the emotional body, mental body, or spiritual body. You bring in all of that into the physical by incorporating this kind of ritual. But the avoidance of this is what is tearing you apart most. This is what is tearing your chariot up the most. And so to be able to be brave enough to look at this energy today, to feel it, allow yourself to eat what you want to eat, be in your sloppy pajamas, whatever you want to do to be kind to yourself, and then maybe start preening and priming yourself on the nighttime, having that ritualistic bath, washing away the pain that you have transmuted. This all sounds very easier said than done, but it actually works. I've put it into practice, and so many of my clients have had this work for them. It can't not when you do it. Actually, of course it's going to work. So having the courage to face the pain, whatever this pain is, however tremendous this might be, is super important. A lot of you are feeling this pain regarding relatives who you feel are changing, in that this is heartbreaking to you and it's creating imbalance within the family or friendship structure. This would be your key to start to do the work to again face the truth and start to let go of what was, and accept what is, and accept how you move and position yourself within that, whether that is pulling away from certain people, certain groups, certain locations, social locations, then do that. But the avoidance of this will end up tearing your chariot apart. But you can use this for your greatness, in that you are putting those tools in your magical tool belt to help you transmute even the greatest of pains, from the greatest of pains, from the greatest of deaths. This is where the growth is. This is where the greatest expansion can be. And so the chariot is a promise of that, in that it's your job, it's your being, it's your purpose to turn these energies in the upright and face them head on, and transmute them, and know that you are strong enough to do that. A lot of you are afraid to start crying because you feel like you would never stop. This is where you're challenging your emotional body. You're giving it what it needs, i.e. that release, that build up of energy where the tears build up behind your eyes. And then you're allowing it the gift of being released, being taken away. To collect those tears is very powerful, as I said before, and use them for your benefit, use them in your practices going forward. And so the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, this would speak to clinging on to the old, clinging on to what is done, what is not going to grow anymore. It's grown as much as it can, whether that be in the physical properties business, whether that be personal relationships, etc. The clinging on to what was is hard, getting harder and harder, because it is starting to disintegrate in your hands. And again, this has you in this loop of avoiding the pain and clinging on to where the pain is coming from, or where the pain is going to come from. To be brave enough to let go and let yourself expect and realize a new reality, a different group of friends, a different group of social places to be, different ways of living, is super, super powerful and super important. Apologize for the noise. Out you go. I'm doing a reading live, baby. You look very smart, but be quiet. Apologize for the noise, but the boys have got a friend around for first time in ages, so I couldn't say no. So we have the 5 of Wands as the next card, and this is where you would speak to, this is going to cause conflict. This is going to cause, be quiet, boys, right now. William, be quiet. Sorry. Come barging through my office, and then they insist on playing just outside in the kitchen where they never play. So I'm a mother, you know, go with the flow with me here. I'm trying. So the 5 of Wands would speak to, this is going to bring conflict within the day, within the energies. And this is where in the clinging on to the old, that brings the 4 to the 5, even more conflict, even more disagreement. This is because this situation, this relationship cannot be balanced anymore. It is disintegrating, it is dead. You don't want to eat something that is dead. It has to be fresh for it to nourish you. And the same goes through all aspects of life. And so this is where it might be difficult, because in this conflict, you might have the drive to feel like you're going to be heard if you just verbalize something in a different way, or say the perfect words and please let me say those words and let them just wake up. Not going to happen. So this is where your strength is, to walk away from this and let go of that is dead in the water. So we have the 3, the 4, the 5. This is a situation that you need to sort of count backwards in, the 5, the 4, the 3. Get into the crux of where this pain started, what represents this pain, what causes this pain, turning that around so you've looked at it, it's in the upright, starting to transmute it, then allows you to turn this around to let go, stop clinging on to that is dead, and the conflict will happen, but you walking away from that conflict means that you get into balance with your Chariot card, putting it in the upright and giving you the ability to soar across the sky in balance in your divine feminine and your divine masculine, the divine being that you are. Everything outside of you trying to make you, desperately trying to make you forget who you really are, even more so, and not realize the power that you have within. So that would be for the beloved, I love you, yeah. Boys, settle down and stop having fun. Don't make me come in there. Yeah, I need a man. I think I do. I think, you know, I try and infuse that divine masculine into the space, but I'm definitely not a man. You know, the boys, they need that. My friends, they sort of haunt me with that a bit now, which is a beautiful thing, because the boys actually love it. But that testosterone, I'm lacking in it, desperately so. I'm very feminine. So yeah, thank you, beloved. You just infuse that energy up in my house. You're welcome to do so. So what? Oh, we got Jax here. Jax dreaming here, my lovely, beautiful lady. And who else have we got here before we do the 3rd of October? I'm so sorry about the noise. DJ. Hi, my love. Love DJ. What a beautiful man he is. Him and Janaid. Blue Angel said hi to you. And Louvain, to you. Francois, the soul tribe is prospering. I am prospering. We are all prospering together. Thank you, Ariel. Thank you, Poel. Thank you, Francois. Yes, we are. Say those words out loud to everybody. Yes, we do. So the 3rd of October 2021, the energies you might expect around you, within you and within others. Take what resonates, as it is general. If anyone wants to timestamp this, beloved, I'm so glad you're prospering. Oh, Jax, tell her thank you very much to Jax Streaming's daughter. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all so much. I really do. Share this stream out. It does help bring in more private readings, and it does help me out regarding what I can do with this channel, because YouTube is the power that be, that it's hungry for power. It's Four of Pentacles and the upright down. It just wants to cling on to everything. So the 3rd of October 2021, take what resonates, as I said, leave what does not. It's the energies around you, within you, and within and around others that you might expect. Haha, underpinning. Oh, we've listed pain, but we've turned it around. The Three of Swords turned around into the upright. So this is where, you know, from the second, we've obviously started to be brave enough and have the courage to face whatever pain it is in our lives that this card is representing. And so at least it is in the upright now. When it's in the upright, it can be seen in esoteric knowledge and spiritual practice. It's really important to me when I'm dealing with anything in spirit or the physical. Give me your name. Why? Because then I have power over what you can do to me. And so knowing that pain, having a label for it, having a source of it, helps you know what to do to transmute it, to deal with it. So although it's still a painful day, and there are things coming down the line that will cause more pain, particularly from the UK government today, feeling that for sure. They're using the power of the three, the power of ignition, of creating something else in abundance. So that will cause some pain. But knowing the name of it, knowing the face of it is very, very powerful. So at least we've turned this round also in our personal lives on the 3rd of October from the 2nd of October, which helps us deal with it, which helps us have power over it. So the first card for the 3rd of October is the Two of Wands. And so this is where the world can feel very small at the moment. The place that you are at, the physical place that you are at, can feel very small at the moment and very contained and very encapsulated. And this is deliberately so by the so-called powers that be. They are deliberately trying to stop people. Expect things like in the future, but you'll hear some words today on the 3rd of October regarding the types of bollard locations. I mentioned them a little while ago on the motorways. When they're trying to stop you passing from county to county, maybe even state to state, and they're going to bring this in under a helpful guise, you know, that the military will need to be helpful in this case, probably in the UK regarding fuel. And so the Two of Wands is here to remind us that the world is much bigger, wider. This realm that we are in is bigger and wider than we are led to believe. There is more. I've always said in readings, I have seen more. There is more territory than we are allowed to see, for sure. I feel this space that we are in is expansive as us, is as changeable as us, in that it keeps on expanding like a pregnant lady. As creation keeps on expanding, it keeps on expanding. This is how I feel. This is what I see regularly. So even though all of that magic is being put around you to constrict you and encapsulate you in one space, giving yourself the time to face that, to recognize that, automatically opens up the horizon to you, that there is more to this, there is more to life than this pain, whatever this source of pain might be, relationship, business, government. This is where you can look past and beyond it, because you have a name for it, a face for it, a source for it, and this is where your power stands. This is where action can be taken from the two of wands to the three of wands. So this is where ideas are born. This is where you'll actually pick up on the energies for your greatness today, of seeing what niches are out there now. Now that things have been constrained, encapsulated and twisted up, where can you expand and meet other people's needs, particularly in business that is not being met properly right now? What new ideas have you got to bring forward? Because this would be very powerful. This pain would be very powerful to fuel you forward in order to have the abundance, the wealth to get away from this pain, as well as in spirit and in emotional. And so this is a powerful hookup for the energies of this day regarding business ideas outside of the norm. Where can you be delivering? There are more people knocking on my door now, farmers, where they're wanting to supply milk directly because they've got milk, but the constraints and magic of the government and big corporations are going to make it look like they haven't. And so they are looking outside the box. They are looking beyond to be able to still sustain themselves and help others sustain themselves also. So going along these lines on the 3rd of October is a very powerful energy for sure. Now we've got the 7 of Swords in reverse, and so this is where things are being stolen from you in your personal life. You're actually even stealing power from your own self if the energies resonate with you for the 3rd of October here, but also on a wider scale. There's going to be a lot of information there for those who seek it to see where this big magic spell of the core of the I, the D, is absolutely where they have been stealing so-called rights and so-called privileges, where they have been stealing from you. Something today regarding the banks that, you know, this is a great setup for them. People have gotten into debt with their mortgages and boom, they can clean up, have lots of good properties on their books again for people not paying their debt. That's the kind of energy that's coming forward today for sure. And don't let this put you into this pain capsule. Allow it to fuel that pain, to get past it, to look beyond it, to look at different ways of doing things, different ways of sustaining, different ways of thinking, of actually being. And so we have the 10 of Swords as the next card. Painful days for sure, and it's up to us to how we use them. We can either shrivel up and die in that pain, or we can use it to say, fuck you, I'm going to make this my greatness. I'm going to go forward with this, whether it's in your personal life or in your business life or in your spiritual self, all of the above and more. And so this is where, again, there's this avoidance to see what is right in front of you. There is this avoidance to actually see what is being stolen from you, to see who actually is your enemy, who is the one that doesn't want your greatness. But nevertheless, even if you don't want to see it, it is happening. The 10 of Swords in the upright fuels you forward, because you're like, you know what, fuck it, I've got no more room in my back for any more swords, as you can see. So there's nothing to lose here. But again, like the 2nd of October, similar energies coming through. There is this avoidance to sort of accept that you have been having these knives put in your back to the point where your spine is absolutely hijacked right now. Your energy field, the thing that gives your nerves the pathway through the pathways, gives your nerves the hints of how to move, the commands of what to do. And so this is where you very much are, what's the word? Degraded into a sense of not being able to do anything, because you can't even command your own, from your own spinal column, from your own command center. You can't seem to move your body, let alone your spirit, your mental state, your physical state and emotional state to a different place. And so this is where it is going to take a lot of energy to turn this up and be able to see even that you sort of feel is the unseeable. You maybe don't want to see this in somebody that is close to you. You maybe don't want to accept that this is how you've been done, this is how you've been used. And this is a very painful time, but at the same time, it is you, always comes back to you, in that this is you continuing this pain, continuing this denial, stretches out these energies and also stretches out the capacities of others to harm you, take over you and use you for sure, you know, like a puppet, because you're not commanding from your spinal column, someone else will, guaranteed. So that's the 3rd of October 2021. Let's see. For the 4th. Hello, Majana. Hello, how are you? Much love to you. Where are you from? If you want to say, you don't have to. Jax, I drew that card as my intellectual self yesterday. Well done, Jax, is on point. And deaths as my innermost core. Yeah, there's a lot of death right now. There's a lot that needs to die for the fruits to come forward of the new. I'm glad it's given you confirmation, Jax, for sure. I'm glad. So for the 4th of October 2021, if anybody's got any If anybody's got any neat, wants to put some color into their home with really abstract paintings, look up Beloved Abstracts paintings. I did have the link, but I've lost it again because I haven't. So put that link, message me with that link, Beloved, email me and I'll put it in on the end, or I'll put it in on the description box for sure at the end of this video. I'm glad you're doing great. Thank you for letting me know from South Africa. Welcome, welcome to you. Much love to you. Where the sun shines, yeah. Beautiful. Love to visit one day. Okay, for the 4th of October 2021. 4th of October 2021. We've got the 9 of Wands. And the 4 of Cups, 4 coming through there, wow. 4th of October 2021. Nicole, hi to you. I'll pull some cards for people at the end, given what time I've got. You're welcome, beloved, anytime, my brother. Love you dearly. So for the 4th of October 2021, we have Temperance in reverse. Damn, where's this balance? Where's this ability to transmute the energies? You are more than you think. If these energies are resonating with you, if you've sort of gotten yourself put in a bit of a box this week, let yourself know again that you are an elemental warrior. You can challenge and use and channel your elements in any direction with any intent that you wish. And this power really needs to be felt, because this is the very time that we need to know this most, when there is such attack to shut us down, to robotize us, you know. This is where we need to get, you know, go hard in the paint to know ourselves more, to know the fact that we can transmute these energies, that we can put them into flow and put ourselves into balance. The Temperance card is not afraid of the energies that are thrown at it, because it uses it for its balance and for its greatness. So you can see here in the upright, the 2 cups are crossing over the heart chakra. There is 1 foot in the stream. There is another foot grounded on earth. It's creating a circuit board for you to be able to transmute even the most negative or the most blissful energies into something that you can use, into something more in balance. But when it's in the reverse, you can see that, you know, the more you try to transmute, the more you're leaking energetic force. This is because you're trying to maybe transmute things while still staying in the physical situations that cause the need to transmute, if you know what I mean, by this feeling of not willing to let go just now. It's sort of like the 2nd and the 3rd of October, this theme coming through of the fear of letting go of that is already dead. And so we've got the 9 of Wands, and this is all about discernment. This is all about, you know, it's been a tough journey. You can see there he's a bit battered and bruised. He's got the cloth over his head, the bandage over his head, and you know, he's taking a pause. Is the 9. This is where, you know, the direction is chosen, which direction to go forward in next is chosen. The 9, the endless possibilities of the 369 that Tesla spoke about, that 9th realm that is represented in the beautiful tree Yggdrasil. This is where we see the possibilities of another way, but it takes discernment. It takes time to actually pause, to be able to look at the situation in the physical, in the spiritual, in the mental, and in the emotional, and channel the energies for yourself, rather than having outside forces, other people, channel those energies for you. A lot of the energies being driven right now by the fire, the passion, fertility, and the waters, the nourishment, life, the emotional body, the emotions. And so this is where we do need to take take a pause and really look at the situation with different lenses to be able to get to the truth and the crux of the matter in order to be able to move forward in a different way with discernment, because there is a lot of distractions, a lot of gifts being put out there, a lot of aid being put out there that is not a gift really, is not of aid really. So we've got the Four of Cups. So this would speak to you're still not seeing something that is possible, and you're still not accepting that is totally possible with this cup coming from the sky. There's something else to be seen here that will take you out of this melancholy, you know, apathetic energy where, you know, other people, other things are channeling your forces rather than you channeling them. So we've got the Ace of Swords. Phew-wee! Ace of Swords as the last card here. So this speaks to absolute and ultimate, where can you say it best? Ultimate clarity. And so this is where you are able to finally pierce through that veil of all of the illusion, all of those veils that are made up of illusion, and be able to see for yourself the reality of your situation, the reality of how strong you actually are, of what being you actually are, and what you can actually do with these energies now in turning that Temperance card in the upright and not being afraid with clarity. So it's great because that means people are starting off on the day a bit muddled up, not knowing what path to take, not knowing you know, what actions to take, but then the discernment kicks in. You take some time. Yes, it means you might be a bit like in your thoughts a bit too much, and you know, in your emotions a bit too much, but something you click upon today for yourself gives you this clarity. You know your purpose, and you know the path then that you need to take in the endless possibilities of the nine, turning that Temperance card in the upright. So that is a beautiful day actually, although it doesn't feel like it for some. This is a breakthrough moment. Are we on to the 5th? Are we on to the 5th? Yeah, Majana, remind me at the end of this. If you want a personal reading, yeah, I'll put my email address up in the chat real soon. I don't think Susie or Elderberry is here. But you can email me and we'll sort out that personal reading for sure. If you've got anything to put down, it's truedivinemedia@gmail.com. But I'll put it in the chat, or you can find it in the description box of this video in a moment. Are we on to the 5th? Beloved, help me out. These are flying everywhere. Beloved, yes, it's time to ask yourself, who am I? For that can bring an endless conversation, can't it, beloved, with yourself? For sure, for sure. So, are we on to the 5th? Please, somebody let me know. I'm keeping track. I haven't got my Susie. The cards know I'm not keeping track. Oh, from Newcastle. Hey to you, my beautiful brother. So I'm going to do the 5th. I think I'm on to the 5th. Let me know if I get it wrong. So thank you, Levine. Thank you very much. So the 5th of October, what energies can we expect within us, around us, and within and around others? Let us know, please, so that people can be led to their greatness. Energies for the 5th of October. 5th of October, something about the 5th of October. You can see a big bang coming forward on the 5th of October. Make of that what you will. Let me know what you see. Explosive type of bang, something in the sky, maybe. Some blue around it as well, which is worrying. Okay. Came out double. Don't want that. 5th of October, 5th of October, 5th of October. Share this stream out if you can, any way you can. The numbers going up mean I can dedicate more time to this channel. You know, I've been dedicating time to helping out where I can and making money where I can. So I haven't been present as much, and I don't like that. Jax, yeah, you let me know. You see things. Something like a explosive type of bang, but with blue around it. So we have on the bottom of the deck the Six of Cups in reverse. These cards have been falling. They want to be where they want to be. Six of Cups in reverse. This is where the truth is in the waters regarding not our history that we know, but actually seeing the truth of things in the waters, like Odin, the All-Father. He gave his eye to the waters to be able to see the secrets beyond the veil, beyond the distraction and the illusion. And so this is where a lot of us have emotional connections to history that has been taught. We have emotional connections to people and things that are actually changing before our eyes. And this is where a lot of our history needs to be let go of, and the real history actually needs to be gifted forward. There are ancestors here screaming, wanting the energy to come through of more truth, of their truths that were distorted and disfigured in books that we are made to read as kids. And so this is where going within in that emotional body and connecting with yourself, connecting through that umbilical cord that delivers the waters, the messages, that connects you to your ancestors, is a very deep and meaningful day and way today to get those inner standings that you so desperately need. This will give you the strength to actually let go of that that's made up of an illusion in your life right now, and be able to actually see it, not through the rose-colored glasses that you've sort of either indoctrinated yourself into seeing it through, or you've been made by others to sort of believe it is so that way. To be able to let go of all of that illusion and let the truth and the emotional body accept those truths and run through you today like a river of newness, of the old in a less disfigured fashion, a more truthful fashion, is a very powerful day today. A lot of you feeling those emotional and spiritual cords that is still attached to partners, to pain in the past, to things that hold you back. And a lot of you today will be having messages coming through as in images of another person, an ex-partner, for instance, an ex-friend, for instance, or a friend or partner that you've just sort of separated from in location, and you don't speak like you used to, but there's no fallout, but there's still that connection there. This is either for you to look at to be able to sever that cord, because energetically you are still feeling what that other person is feeling, some of which have gone down the addiction line, and you're sort of feeling that burden and wondering why. Well, it's because there's still a connection there. There's still an umbilical like cord there that is connecting you to that they are doing, and that they are doing in their lives. So it actually could affect you in your reality. And so this is where letting go of that and severing that will be super powerful. On the other hand, it might be that you are getting these messages because you're supposed to get some kind of closure, or supposed to reestablish something of an emotional connection. So if you get in those flutters through your mind, those visions through your mind's eye of those people, of those names, boys, Theodore, out. Beloved is going to fly over here in a plane and is going to sort you all out. Testosterone Valley. Transmute. So this is where you might need to reach out to that person. There's something there for you to find or talk about, or inner stand. Wow, these boys. May as well line this room with like polystyrene or something and bubble wrap them and try and get it out, the noise, keep it out. So the King of Wands in reverse. Wowzer. This is where passions, very much a lot of you feeling those old sexual cords that have been built up with exes. You're feeling the negativity of this right now. Some of you might be getting urges to do things in the passionate realm, in the sexual realm that you've either never thought of doing or you just used to do with this person. This would be another huge indicator for those that resonate with this, that there's something here to look out for. Some of you who've enjoyed being dominated or enjoyed dominating in sexual practice, nothing wrong with that, but there's something here for you to look at as to why you enjoyed that, and there's a power there. Be aware of also things coming up from the past that are connected to the emotions and connected to the fire and the water, sexual relations in particular, coming forward. I would avoid them like the plague if they're actually reaching out in the physical. A lot of you have been getting those hints to watch out for it because you've been thinking of these names or seeing these people in your mind's eye. This was your own heads up to say, yeah, just keep your distance, matey. I'm not going here any longer. There's no growth here. The Six of Swords in reverse. So you can see on the Six of Swords in the upright, we've got calm waters on one side and very choppy waters on the other. This is through the Five of Swords, that conflict, that fighting. Theodore, burst through here once more, and I'm going to phone your uncle. What? Go. No.
Well, this way.
I'm live, baby.
This way, lots of stuff are happening, and it's all it is chaos.
Chaos can stay away for now.
But Will was trying to get me.
Right, okay, I'm live, William. Honestly, they need a man to come in here and march about and put his scent on things. I think testosterone needs to be in here. I don't like admitting that, but it's true. And so when it's in reverse, you're going away from where the growth is. You're going back to that chaos, and that is something to avoid, like the plague for sure. Because this is where you're wasting that growth that you've done over the years, walking away from this past relation. And so this is where you have the heads up to basically steer away from it. It's still going to come for you if this resonates with you, because this energy is quite obsessive. And is maybe, you know, lost its other feeding ground, i.e. partner or something, so that we're coming back to you. Why? Because you've got that energetic cord still tied to them that gives them sort of like a locator to easily find you energetically, and then in the physical also. So it gives you the impetus to act now, to sever that cord. You can ritualistically sever that cord with your mind's eye and energetically, and you will feel it. I've done it before, and it's something that you don't just do willy-nilly. It's a very deep esoteric thing to do. Often you can feel the other person who is reluctant to let go. You can hear them or feel them crying. They'll report maybe to others that they felt the pain at this time, at this moment. And this is where, you know, the easiest way to do this is ritualistically, and ritual is important, I think, for focusing intent. So basically it's your intent that's making it happen, but the ritual helps you focus that intent. So 2 candles attached at the wick, another candle in the middle. You can choose whatever color candle you like. If it's like being red, sexual, passionate, ex-partner, use red. If it's something that really manipulated your heart chakra, use green, whatever resonates for you, and allow the flame as you concentrate on this person who is energetically corded to you. Imagine that cord like the 2 wick, that is 2 wicks of the 2 candles that are together. Imagine them being burnt, severed, cauterized, and just with breath work, taking yourself through that visualization really does put impact behind your intent and pushes your intent forward. But again, it's not something to do just willy-nilly. It's something to do when you get this kind of energetic heads up. Now, the next card is Death in reverse. These cards have fallen. I kept putting them in the upright and they want to be in reverse, but that means the energies are upside down right now. So it's for us to use them in that way for our greatness. Now, death in reverse is that basically there is a lot that is dying, and it's dying prematurely maybe because of the fact that there are outside forces causing this to happen other than the natural cosmic clock. And so this is where maybe, you know, we have to pick the hills we want to die on, and you know, change up and realize that some hills just need to go, even though they were useful or helpful or fun. You know, we just need to walk away from certain hills, certain mounds, because they're being attacked too much. And also on the wider stage, I want to speak to the 5th, the 5, meaning change. You're going to see the death rates go up astronomically in the statistics. I don't believe that is so. I think that is a manipulation to put out the fear, again, with this narcissistic energy, to put out the fear, to dampen people's fires, to make people feel trapped in a false history, to be able to, you know, be in stopped basically in their tracks. The fear of death being injected into society today is like crazy. So you living, you posting up videos, you know, of you dancing, of singing, of you going out in the street and doing what I do, and I need to get that group launched off with the chalk me. You know, I just chalk messages. You're beautiful, you're strong, you're more than you think, you are enough. Things like that. I chalk it. I can't get into trouble because it rains, it goes away. But I've stood back and watched people after I've done it and seen the smile on their face. That is living, that is injecting life up in here. And so any way that you can inject life, the living, it today is very, very powerful for sure. It honestly feels like those that do transition on to this day on the 5th, it is a false transition. This might sound out there, but going back to my old videos of the writing on the wall, of where I was saying they have learned how to encapsulate soul energy, source energy, portal energy from the living, is in a very cruel way, very difficult visions to have, is actually caused this other realm to be built, that is AI type realm, that when people are transitioning, they're not transitioning in the way that we've always known it. It is to this false transitional reality. And those that have eyes to see and ears to hear are feeling that today. And that's why there is a lot in reverse for sure. There is a lot that of connections even to grandparents that died today, or parents that died today, that the normal connections, the normal spiritual connections of being able to get those messages aren't quite there yet, because we don't know what we're dealing with. Even as a psychic, there's this realm that I can't quite break through to, because I don't want to be a part of it. It's algorithmic. It's sorted like envelopes in a post office. It's very, very strange and surreal. And so a lot of you might be feeling this today. For those that do transition, it's like a false death. It's like even death has been stolen from them. And so the transitioning point of after that physical death has been stolen from them, sort of hijacked, looped. They've sort of looped the system again in a different way that we're still sort of just seeing and getting used to now. Which is difficult for sure to deal with. So the 6th of October, let's see, 6th of October, that would take us to Wednesday. Okay, let's do the 6th and then we'll do some personal readings just quickly. And thank you so much. Liked and shared, she says. Thank you so much. Lyndon, hey Scratch. Would have been your dad's birthday today. Oh, well, happy birthday to him anyway. We send those energies of love and appreciation for creating you to him anyway, Scratch. Oh, there's my Susie and there's my big brother, Elderberry. Susie says, hello, you awesome people. Abundant favor to you all. Nothing missing, nothing broken. May peace be with you always in the midst of chaos. Swords and shields. Love my Susie Q, my Elderberry, my big bro. So 6th of October, 6th of October. Dick, hey to you. Hey, Tracy. I'm sorry about the sound on the other video. I don't know what was going on with the mic, so I hope it's better today. Oh, Susie, I need you up in here with these boys. They're going crazy. It's not fair. They're going to be told off. It's difficult though, because I'm so excited to have someone around, you know. It's like party time in the kids' world. So it's difficult to tell them off too much because they're so excited. And of course you can. I'll do this reading, then I'll do some of the personal readings while I've got time, and for as long as these boys allow me to do it, because they're creating so much noise. So we've got the Page of Cups in reverse again. There's a lot of cards in the upright, but they're coming out in the reverse in the deck. So the Page of Cups in reverse, this is where messengers coming forward. It's a distorted message, though. It's often a lie. It's a misunderstanding. It is Chinese whispers, all of the above. Message from the UK. It feels like today, on the 6th of October, Boris will be doing a key speech in which he lies, absolutely lies, and it is so obvious for those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. In your own personal life, that you might feel like you're surrounded by manipulations that hook into your emotions, and that is often through loved ones, and this is part of the divide that they're manufacturing very, very well in this reality right now. A lot of you are worried today for some reason, including UK schools, more than any other day this week, the 6th. Watch out for it, in that there is a lot of worry that some of you are going to have your children come home and say things that are very much of a narrative and very much of a paid teacher's opinion. And so this is where would be very worrying, out of the mouths of babes, and something that you really need to look at to try and avoid these kind of indoctrinations happening, for sure. Now, the first card is the Six of Cups in the upright. So obviously people have been doing the work there from the previous day to connect themselves to something that is more truthful than the manipulations that you're hearing around you. Actually, through your emotional bodies, being able to pierce through that veil to your ancestral knowledge and pull that forward. A lot of you having memories of childhood memories of things that were said to you on this day regarding when you were a child, by an elder, by a grandparent, and there is something for a lot of you to find that is very poignant in that message for your present day today. For sure. Now we've got the Judgment card. The Judgment card is in reverse. This is where I feel this false light, this false, especially in America too, as well as the UK, this false light, this savior-like complex coming back through and forward, where Moses parts the waters and separates the tribes, you know, and he is actually deciding what will be. And so be careful what you are led by, because it feels like for whatever reason, there is very strong magic being put out there today to create a false reality of what would feel like your soul's journey, where you're supposed to be, you're supposed to go, or what you're supposed to do. This would speak to, in reverse, you seeing an illusion rather than the truth, and your path is, you're being told to go this way when everything should tell you to go that way, so to speak. So be careful of that. We've got the Magician in reverse. And these are just wow energies of, if people don't know by now that they have the highest qualified and practiced magicians in esoteric, deep knowledge of how elements work, and that is what they are actually using to create our reality, and they use us as vessels of energy to pump energy into their intent, then you're behind. And this is really coming forward today. So you injecting again, like the previous day, life into today, projecting the opposite magic of what is being put out there today, the magic of clarity, of courage, of fearlessness, of truth, is very, very important and very powerful. And this is where, when we're saying, how can we get ahead of them? How can we get ahead of them? We're never going to get ahead of them by just marching, by just making physical noise. When at the foundation, at the basis of everything they are capable to do in our reality, all comes back to the hidden, to the way that they channel their elements. They use propaganda to do so, headlines to create fear in one connection. They needed to make money more money on fuel as well as other things. So they create this fuel shortage and the driver shortage, and everybody, you know, injects money into that expiring petrol, the petrol basically that they needed to use up before it went off. And so this is the kind of thing where it's all is not what it seems. And today it seems like a very strong day for all is not what it seems. So you doing your magic, your rituals, taking your time to inject truth into your reality for sure is the most powerful thing that you can do today for the energies of the day. So that's the 6th of October 2021. I'm going to use a different deck to do some personal quick card readings here. Sorry, that must sound awful. Couldn't get the cards up. Okay, so who is, it's cute, my sipping sister. Let's see. Who wants a card? Who said that? Can you please put your names in again so I can see? I'll quickly. Is Raven here? Raven, my lovely. Keith Speed, hey to you. Don't be sad, Keith. Right, Anne said, and Louvain said as well. So let's do Louvain. I was thinking up first. Louvain in South Africa, I think, which is such a beautiful thing. You know, this is where it's about the intent of how we use what we've got, even technologically. And that this is a beautiful thing that I can be connected to people around the world, feel them energetically, but also be in physical connection. It's a beautiful thing. And so today we're using it for good. This is something that is worthwhile doing. This is injecting life into what they want dead. So Louvain, what does Louvain need to know? 2 of coins, 4 of cups, and the 7 of wands. Louvain, I think you said you want the personal reading, and I'll get my email address up there for you as soon as I can. So the 2 of Pentacles is where you are juggling, and the juggling is getting exhausting. There are 2 aspects of your material life that aren't making sense. They're not melding together anymore. You're not able to balance them out, and you're sort of in this infinite loop where you're sort of juggling them and not giving enough attention to either. This is where you need to be focusing in on with the 4 of Cups, taking that time to actually see past even that you're juggling. That maybe you need to let go of both aspects of your material, these 2 opposing aspects of your material physical life, in order to see past the gift, in order to see what other roads you can take in your physical reality. That would be in business and relationships, even in current relationships that aren't meant to end. Maybe there's another level that needs to be penetrated here to get you get you growing the relationship if it's become stagnant, or letting go of that if it's, you know, too stagnant that it's become a bit poisonous. And so this is where the juggling is getting exhausting, and I feel it's got a lot to do with business also, because you are juggling 2 aspects of your material life that don't meld together. You can no longer sort of balance the 2. There is an aspect of your life that you do need to let go of so that you can focus in on this business idea or existing business that you have, to really inject that intent in a non-diluted way, in an intense way, to be able to grow that pentacle into the Ace of Pentacles or the 3 of Pentacles, where you're working together. There's something that you're not seeing here, and that would come up for me at the 7 of Wands. You feel like you're being attacked. You feel like there is conflict around you, and that maybe you've got these types of energies saying, well, that's not a profession. You should be farming, or you should be doing this, or you should be doing that, you know, what they see as a profession. And so you may be juggling those 2 aspects, but you need to be able to trust yourself that in the 7 of Wands, you actually do have the upper hand. You actually are on top of the hill. And so yes, people around you might be creating this conflict, but it means you're getting noticed. And when you do succeed on the pentacle, that the physical material aspect of your life, that you do concentrate your intent on, this will be where your greatness will be seen with that 7 of Wands. Now we've got the Ace of Coins. I didn't even realize that on the bottom of the deck. This is where you can create your physical abundance, and the doubters will doubt, but you know, you have to look past that and actually even absorb that energy and use that energy of conflict around you, judgment around you, to fuel you forward and stop juggling. I feel you're juggling the most because you're terrified of failing in front of these people who have sort of put a downer on what ideas you have or what business you have going on. And so let that be so that you find your greatness in that reading. I hope that helped, Levine. So was Anne next? Oh, thank you, Susie. There you go, Levine. There's my Susie. I was saying I need the Susie to do. James, Anne and James. So we've done Levine. We do Anne and then we do James. Hello, Nino. Hi, I am Nariman. And my fiance is Ahmed. I'm asking if there is a marriage and when. All right, I'll see about that, Nino, after Anne. Anne, what does Anne need to know for her greatness today? What does Anne need to know for her ultimate greatness today? 4 of Swords, Anne. So there's this need to meditate. Maybe you'll be feeling a bit drained right now energetically, feeling that energy of where you're like ready to go, bursting forward, and then boom, you down with that energetic force pulling you down. You've got no more energy left. Look at your thyroid. Look at holistic ways to really help your thyroid. I feel there's something there brewing that if you get to it now, you can really bring that into balance, and that will help your energy field also stay more at a more sustained and balanced level. But also taking it to the spiritual and physical area, in that there is this need to meditate, that when you're up with that energy, meditate, learn how to channel that energy while you're up. And when you're feeling drained energetically, also meditate to bring forward the ability to channel your energy without losing it all after bursts of it, if you know what I mean. There's also messages there in your meditation to come forward from you, from ancestors, from loved ones that have passed. There's definitely a female wanting to communicate with you, and maybe you've been finding things like feathers or just indicators that you've known, or were an indicator at the time. You've known that that was meant for you to see. That's that lady that I'm picking up for you. Not sure if it begins with a G, or whether that's grandmother, I don't know, but definitely wanting to communicate with you. So wow, you've got a powerhouse of energies, and you've got the Hanging Man upside down. This is the beautiful Hanging Dragon, the Hanged Man. This is enlightenment. So through this meditation that you've been finding difficult to do, this is where enlightenment is. This is where Odin tied himself and sacrificed himself to a tree to be able to collect the runes, to collect the magical symbols that would hold that power behind, in front of his intent, so that he could focus, being the magician and understanding how it worked. And so there's true enlightenment here, but it feels like you need to be still, and you're finding it difficult to do this at the moment. But in your stillness, getting comfortable in your stillness, in your meditation, will help you have this enlightenment, this personal enlightenment. You are being sort of energetically tied to a tree because your higher self is more knowing that you need to do this, because you can feel the messages that need to come forward. But there's a lot of distractions day to day. There's a lot of to-do lists day to day. But it's important that you know there is a lot here for you. And in stillness, that's not actually getting nothing done. Often in stillness is where we get the most done. So, knowing that, don't be afraid to give yourself this time to do this. You've got the Magician, another major arcana. So you've got the Hangman, enlightenment, and you've got the Magician. Just like I said, like Odin tied himself to the tree to get those magical runes, to be able to understand how to use them and put them forward in the physical reality. This is where this would be your gifting. There is something here that is your gift, that is your knowing, maybe from a past life or just from an ancestor, that this is something that was in your family line that you are good at, that you can you're a magician. You can transmute energy, you can channel energy with your intent. You just don't realize how powerful you are in doing so. The Fool. So you actually listening to this reading, you're going to get into this 0 point energy. The Fool is another major arcana. This is a tiny reading and you've got a load of major arcanas, which means there is a lot of energy around you right now. And you just needed this sort of review of how to use it, of how to place it, of how to get the most from it. And stillness is the key. With this Fool energy, you are going on this next journey. You know, you're going on the next level, spiritually and physically, which might mean that you're moving locations physically, or that you are moving away emotionally and physically from certain groups of people, certain things, certain old routines that you did now you don't want to do anymore. Why? Because you've leveled up and you're ready for the next stage. The Fool energy can be a bit frightening sometimes, because it's being able to be brave enough to go out to the new, to the nothingness, to create the everythingness, all of the possibilities. So it's important that you do these practices, that you go into that 0 point energy with the intent of knowing that there are endless possibilities within you, around you, and outside of you, and you are capable of channeling those energies for your greatness. Very powerful reading, very powerful energies around you, and for sure. Wow. Wow, Anne's got it going on. Anne has got it going on. Tadkins is here. Hey to you. I haven't seen you, but I know Susie's just said hello, so I know you're here. Lyndon, much love to you always. Absolutely. Raven says the energy which is me dwells within that which is observed by your eyes, but is not I. Wow, Raven, you're so connected. Okay, so who else wanted a reading? Was it, 1 second, sorry. James. Maximum favor to all here. Thank you, James, and to you, my love. Love mixed with faith, be ours. Absolutely harmonic defiance. Love that, harmonic defiance. So for James, what does James need to know for today? 5 of Wands, James, is conflict around you, that you're feeling, that you're seeing. You know, the 6 of Cups, so a lot of it might have to do with family, and family ties, separation of belief systems, of directions, of you know, with what's going on, very much connected to that, I feel. But this conflict is either brewing, or you're feeling it, it's already here, for sure. Ten of Wands. Whew. So through this conflict, there is a cycle ending in your emotional body. So we've got the 5 of Wands, which sort of shows that conflict either brewing or already there. It shows that people are sort of batting sticks. You know, that there is anger, there is undercurrent of separation. It's 5, it's change, and so you go to the 6 of Cups. This is where, you know, you're feeling it in your family in particular, or your friendship groups in particular. And this is where there is a lot here for you, in that actually there is already another group, another direction for you to go in. But I want you to know that for whatever reason, you are a strong glue running through your family, from the ancestral line to the present here, and even to the future of your family. There's a a stitching within you that has always been the glue to the family. Even if you're not sort of represented as such underneath, you are this glue that brings people together, that brings people out of conflict. And this has been your role even from before you got here into this physical reality. You're a balancer, which is a super powerful source of power, a super powerful skill. And you bring it to the 10 of Wands within today, maybe tomorrow, the next day, but very, very quickly, you bring it into the 10 of Wands, where there is this end of this cycle. Now that will mean change, because we have the 5 to the 10, the 6 in the middle. This will mean change, and it'll be changed to emotional connections, emotional ties, either within you or around you, regarding you and others. And this is actually, you know, could be quite a painful thing, but at the same time, it's quite a freeing thing. Which might sound odd, but it is. You've got the Ace of Swords. I love this Ace of Swords in this deck. It's the rainbow around the sword. So absolute clarity. You know your purpose, and others around you might not. And this is where the conflict comes from. They don't know themselves. You know your purpose, and hopefully you've known a little bit more of yourself today through this reading of being this glue, this sort of stitching, that you are the family sort of thing. No matter what happens outside of you, within your family, you will actually continue a very truthful stream of ancestral knowledge of the ancestors that are connected to you. And this gives you the ability to have this rainbow of transference, the wide scope on the rainbow of transference here in this Ace of Swords, in that the rainbow of transference, as in Yggdrasil, represents for me the frequency bridge. And you can only sort of play with what frequencies you can understand, or that you can manipulate or hold. Some people, given a high frequency, their chakras will spin out, they'll burn out, they'll die, both spiritually and physically. Yet you are going through this life with some tough times, I've got to say, in your past, that have actually trained you and allowed you to be able to dance within this rainbow of transference with absolute clarity, because you've used these lessons for your greatness, particularly in the last 6 months. So there's clarity coming forward for you here to know that you did the right thing, or you said the right thing, for sure. Go with your intuition. Very beautiful reading. Who else wants a reading before I go and make those boys run around the garden and do laps punishment? So we've done Louvain. Big Brother would like one. Elder Barry, of course, Elder Barry. Give me some for my big brother. What does my big brother need to hear for today? Oh, his greatness. The Emperor, that matches you, big bro. So the number 4, the Emperor. You can see here it has the symbolism of the runes that we were just talking about, runes of the god, of the sun, of that can create and nourish more. And you are the foundation, the foundational energy. And you may be feeling very disappointed right now with that is around you, that you hold structure for, that you've worked all your life to hold structure for, and done a very good job of building firm foundations that will protect generations coming after you. But you're sort of watching and disliking what you're seeing from those generations around you. That feels very hard and difficult. And it is the esoteric knowledge here would be that you built those foundations, and maybe, you know, everybody's got that free will, the paths that they've taken. It's not that those foundations are a waste of time. It's not that those foundations are a loss. It is actually just that they may be used for something else than you planned, but those foundations are strong, and it's hard to let go of that you've built your whole life around and for, ultimately for certain goals. But knowing the wisdom of it and having the strength to let go of it will actually free you in ways that are unimaginable. I can feel you, big bro, and the energies have been contorted and strangulated, and it's very difficult right now energetically and physically to maintain your foundations that you've built, and so this is upsetting. Now the Strength card in reverse, you've got two major arcanas. Major arcanas are coming out today. Strength in reverse, this is where, you know, the expectations of others maybe is putting your strength in reverse because you're putting it outside of yourself too much, in that they've taken different paths. And once you accept that, the strength will go in the upright, and you will be that ox, that boar that you are, that emperor energy, the bull energy, the fertile, strong energy that you are. A lot of you feeling that because your physical doesn't represent that bull that you were when you were 21, maybe you're feeling that, and that's putting your strength in reverse also. I want to tell you, brother, it does not matter what is happening on your physical. I see you spiritually, and spiritually you are this emperor energy. You are a source energy. You are a foundational energy that can build and maintain things. And so you are that you are. And so to look past the physical, to find that spiritual strength again and draw from that rather than the physical strength that is too exerting right now. And with the 7 of Wands, it does speak of conflict around you. So we've gone from the 8 to the 7. This conflict is useless. Nobody is getting anything resolved because everybody sort of chose a hill that they're going to die on, and nobody's giving any way. And you're at the top of this hill and happen to sort of witness this and maintain a structure to this that is sort of just bickering around you. And this is where that strength again is being drained. This is where I think there needs to be some space and time between these energies around you and yourself for you to be able to maintain those calm foundations, those firm foundations, and look in a different direction for where you want those foundations to be, and how you want to nourish them, what you want to be on top of them even, rather than the old directions that are still bickering, still quarreling, and causing you to lose your energetic force. On the bottom of the deck, you've got the 6 of Swords. So though it doesn't feel like a big brother, there is a lot of growth here, but it means moving away from something emotionally and mentally, disconnecting from it. It would be disconnecting from this 7 of Wands, this conflict that just keeps brewing on, trying to resolve something that is unresolvable because different people have chosen different hills that they're gonna die on no matter what. And so this is the energies for you, brother, today. Sending you so much love with that, and sending you the energies for you to recognize that emperor energy within you. You are one of the strongest spirits I know. So yeah, we've got Elderberry, we've got James, Free, Eric Brandt. Yes, put that up for you, beloved. Well, not for you, because of you. Thank you. Don't say sorry, Jax. You've never got anything to be sorry for here. Oh, Susie, don't you be sorry either. You've got nothing to be sorry about, my sister. Another foundational energy. All right, okay, Thomas. Sorry, I was reading there. Thomas, you are asking about a female drummer who wants to set up a recording studio in her home. Right, and hair coloring salon. A card. Yeah, okay. So to clarify the situation, the opportunity that has been spoken about to Thomas, beautiful brother of mine, regarding whether to go with it or not. The Hanging Dragon. So wait a little while, let it be discussed a bit more, ask more questions. It's all about the questions, Thomas, as to what kind of things and people would they be reaching out to record for, and how much work it would incorporate for you, things like that. But the Queen of Wands this would speak to. This lady is very creative, very passionate, and is a divine feminine energy. So, you know, she would bring light into the situation for sure. And she would actually really make a go of it because she loves creating and she loves watching creation. Five of Wands, there's again, create some conflict. But this lady is very passionate about what she is planning or wanting to do. Page of Swords, so a lot of messages going back and forth, but the right questions aren't being asked. So what about this Five of Wands? Give me like a yes or no for Thomas. Give me a yes or no, because it would be a transition, not without some conflict. I think this lady, through no fault of her own, has some conflict around her from ex situations that she's been in. It'd be good for her to transmute and let go of those with those energetic cords for sure. Yeah, the Nine of Swords in reverse. It's going to put you into something, Thomas, that I don't think you want to be a part of right now. It would say to wait. Not seeing the pitfalls. Queen of Swords. There's something behind this, around this lady. There's nothing wrong with this lady. She seems like a lovely energy, creative energy, very excitable energy. But actually the things that she hasn't sorted out around her would cause it to be poisoned for sure. People would attack it, you know, as a business, as a place, and they would attack it maybe with licenses, the correct licenses not being in place. Jealous females maybe who do not want to let go of her or do not want her to create the way that she would normally create in this type of space, given the right space to do so. So it's for her to clear herself before you go into any business situation with her for sure. Oh, beloved, yeah, a lot of people have had that, isn't it? It's the upbringing, it's the indoctrination. Actually, creation and art is the focus of everything that we are living under, you know. So you creating something lovely. You're welcome, Levine. Thank you for calling me honey. I like being called honey. But yeah, you're a beautiful artist, beloved. Put your link up, or I don't know if Susie's got it. I should have saved it, but I don't know how to save things very well on here. So DJ in the house. DJ is a wonderful guy. Produces music as well. He's another creator, and what a wonderful guy. When I see him, I talk to him because I can talk to him for hours and I can sit quietly with him. And that's always a good test for me with friends, when I can sit quietly and talk and there's no uncomfortableness. Dick, you're right. Thyroid support is super important right now. It's very much being attacked. Yeah, very important. Kelp, as fine, no need for nasty iodine. Nascent iodine, I don't know what that means. Kelp tablets work, Dick. Yes, they do work. High strength, though, Jack's dreaming. You put your art somewhere, everywhere, beloved. Send me some pictures. I'll put them on my Facebook group. You can sell them on there. I'll post them up regularly. Why do I keep doing that? Sorry. Putting the messages up on the thing. Iodized salt is fantastic, especially to bathe in for drawing out the toxicity. Wow, it's super powerful and ritualistically, beloved, very, very good practice. You're talking about iodine earlier. See, synchronicities, Jack's my beautiful. The iodine is rough on the body. Yeah, we need it if a bomb goes off for sure. I've missed what the Raven said, but it will have been powerful because everyone's saying, wow. Oh, beloved, can you hook up with somebody close to you? That's awesome. Lyndon, you want me to do one for myself? Oh, I've never done that live ever. We've got elderberry done. We've done Thomas. Have I missed anybody? Okay, for me. What do I need to know today? Lyndon said so. Just Lyndon. So what do I need to know today for my greatness? What do I need to know today for my greatness? Greatness. 7 of coins. So that would be, I do need to take time to build. I've been creating t-shirts and things behind the scenes that I'm nearly ready to show, which I love, that hopefully people can buy. But yeah, 7 of coins, 7 of pentacles, Lyndon, for me, would be that concentrating on key aspects of business, and balancing out, maybe a bit less giving and more building. So I'm bad at giving it all away. 8 of swords. This would speak to, and the 7 and the 8, the numbers are synchronistic, rhythmic today. This would speak to 7 of swords, 8 of swords, sorry, me putting myself in my own mental prison, regarding the imbalance of the give and take, for sure. And also there is a personal situation for me, family-wise, that has got me chained up, for sure, that I'm transmuting, for sure, in the mental plane. Looking at what has been built and how to take that forward would for sure release a lot of that pressure. 6 of swords, and I am Gemini, so it's a lot of swords, but bringing those swords into the physical would be that maybe moving location for sure sometime soon, or moving away to calmer waters, detaching myself, which is difficult for me right now for sure, from that is putting me in this mental prison. For sure. I keep saying that. 7 of swords. Something's being taken from me, and I know this in spirit. I'm being attacked in physical. I'm feeling that also, that there has been something very precious taken away from me, and I'm transmuting that for sure. It's painful, but it's, it has to be done. But we've got this 2 7s, 6, so 6, 7, 8, and the 8 of swords. So painful, but 6 of wands as well on the bottom of the deck, which would speak to victory. And I will have my victory. I will do the physical business thing, and I'll be victorious in it. And no matter what these powers that be want to try and take from me, in whatever plane it is, mental, physical, emotional, you will not succeed, because if I feel that somebody has entered into a contract to allow it to be taken from me, I'm going to be strong enough to cut it off. And so whatever gets thrown at me, damn, you get it thrown right back tenfold. So thanks, Lyndon. I don't know why I needed to do that, but I trust you. Maybe somebody else needed to feel those energies and know that I'm going through them too. Right, that makes sense, James. I said it's about the job conflict with my parents. Absolutely, that makes total sense. Thomas, there is a way forward for you for your creative musical side. There is a different premises you can open up. It's just not the lady that's involved here needs to clear herself of things that are still holding on to her, still gonna rear their ugly head once she's seen again. Neem is super powerful, Raven. I brush my teeth with it. I spray my plants with it. It's a great insecticide. It's totally natural. Indian culture uses neem a lot. Look into neem, Neem. It says that the right dose is male birth control, 2 weeks, and there isn't any swimmers that can swim. Wow. So you see, there's natural ways of us controlling and using everything. Oh, thank you, Jax. They are very powerful today. I can feel the energy coming through them. You're not just a hack, beloved. I know, I've heard you play before. Not in the physical, but in the spiritual plane. I've heard you play before. And I've heard the music you hear when you're painting. I heard you laugh out loud at one vision I had, where you came through and you were painting, and the music that you were playing in your head was so ridiculous that you laughed. Oh, James, I'm so sorry. I feel you, brother. My parents are brainwashed. Don't want them to take the booster juice. They are elderly, and I can see these change after the first injections. Yeah, I saw that in your reading for sure. I'm sorry. I don't like to get too personal in these live readings because it's I can go real deep when I do personal readings for people. I'll dig into the realms that have not been seen and unearth a certain truth. So yeah, I'm careful, but I could feel that in your reading for sure. Tracy says, I can't have brats anyway. I found out from Santos Bonacci, no one really born with those alignments can. Ah. Did I do Thomas? Yeah, I did Thomas. So this one's for Susie. Susie Q. He says, LOL, dead on, says Big Brother. I love you, brother. You are the emperor. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. But, you know, an emperor is not a dictator. And so when you've done everything to convince those around you what's best for them, and to be honest, your advice is golden, and they don't want to take it, then you still have to maintain yourself as the emperor and not turn into the dictator. And the emperor knows what to let go of, which is difficult. I know it's easier said than done. James, I'm going through similar. So I feel you, brother. Feel you. 3 of Swords in reverse, Susie. There's pain here. There's pain, and it's not from you. We haven't caused it. It's from an outside force. Ace of Swords. There's my Gemini sister. All swords here. But this is your realm, this is your forte. It's the words that are being said, it's the thoughts that you are feeling. The 10 of Wands, wow. So the Queen of Coins underneath. This is where the Queen of Coins underneath is, there's a controlling energy to this, that there's a want to control people's physical and what is happening in the physical, even what they are as physical beings. And there is this realization coming forward through this pain that is not possible with this 3 of Swords here. That is not possible. Again, like Big Brother, you can't control that is outside of you, that is of a different being, that has taken a different path. And so this is where that pain is really felt though. And sister, I'm sorry, but there's clarity to this today. There's a knowing of this, a knowing, a release of you realizing that you can only channel your own energies and have an impact on those around you through that, rather than trying to puppet and channel other people's energies, which isn't working. There's something today that breaks forward for you, this clarity, and I hope this reading helps you do that too, sister, that this knowing, this all knowing of the situation, and being able to also let go for good of pain of the past that represents this energy that you're feeling right now around you a little bit. It's mimicking or mirroring it. Use it as a flag post to be able to dig deep and really transmute those pains, those wounds from the past that sort of represent these energies that you're feeling right now. Now you've got the 10 of Wands as the next card, and this is a cycle ending. A cycle of huge conflict and imbalance in your life ending, and although it might be painful, it is time for it to end, because it's draining you energetically and mentally and emotionally and physically. And so we have the Queen of Coins in the reverse on the bottom of the deck, not able to even get the fruits that are possible to get from this Queen of Pentacles energy. You've been gardening, and you've been struggling with that because of these energies around you, because of these worries. You actually doing magic on your plants is going to help you refocus and re-energize yourself on something that is growing, that is of creation, that is of nature, of natural. And this is super powerful for you to do today to gain that clarifying moment. Love you, sister. That's difficult. Again, these energies are difficult to deal with, but there's greatness in them. They're just difficult to deal with, for sure they are. Absolutely. Love you, sister. We love Susie. I need a drink. Hey, Al, what's up? What's up, brother? Thank you for being here. Much love to you on your journeys, Big Al. Loving your creations. Hey, Susie, love you, love you. So glad you're here, Al. Al Cirello in the house, says Elderberry. There he is. We love you, Al. We feel you. You're doing creative, powerful things right now. Rance. Hey, Rance. Hey, my brother, my lovely. Says, thinking about volunteering for crisis work. Would appreciate a reading if you have the time. Of course, I've got the time. I'll probably make this my last card, but you know what I'm like, if people have already asked and I say it, I'll try and get it done. Al would like a reading too. Of course, Al. How could I refuse? She's just rebuilt after a fire, so it is even a physical fire. She's setting things alight around her. I know that sounds crazy, Thomas, but tell her there's some things, some people that she needs to truly disconnect from. In order for, it's almost like a poltergeist. You know, you get poltergeist energy a lot around teenagers because their energy is all over the place like a roller coaster, and they're actually creating this energetic force around them that is knocking things off the walls. That's what I see for her, Thomas. So speak to her about that for sure. So Rance for crisis work. What does Rance need to know regarding volunteering for crisis work? 9 of coins in reverse. So although this would lead to a physical sustainability, although you've been noticed, it's right now it would put you out of balance, Rance, for sure, in your physical reality, in your monetary reality. We've got the 10 of Swords. There's still this need to release and recognize that you are not of the definition of others, that you are a being that is undefinable by others, that it can be redefined by you at any given moment, and true acceptance of self would turn that 9 of coins in the upright and replicate that into your own life. Now you've got the King of Coins taking authority over your physical reality and showing strength. So I would say yes to the crisis work, absolutely, but going in there as a King of Coins with authority so that you get noticed, because it looks like you're going to be dealing with a lot of people who have lost a lot of their material things. There is a niche for you to find here regarding your channel, regarding not just from your crisis work, building that into your channel, into your knowings, into the stuff that you put out there. I must subscribe to it and must get you on to speak about that for sure. But this would be a good thing to go into for now, and incorporating awareness through this, through other means, as the King of Pentacles would. You would have many fingers in many pies, so to speak. This is what you need to do, not just be focusing on one thing, but find the roots that come from one thing. You know, like a tree, it's not just one root. It has one root at first and then it spreads out. Find the different rivers that you can draw this and take this from for your greatness and for the cause greatness, for whatever cause you are helping, for sure. With that Strength card, I know you've been having a real tough time, but it really has been rebalancing your strength, your divine feminine and your divine masculine, really coming to the fore and having much greater understandings and understandings of what this reality really is and who you actually are, what you actually represent, what you can actually do, which is a powerhouse of energy, of source energy and love. Beautiful rants. Al, let's do Al. Let's do Al. I love an old school vibe, Raven, of like bar dancing, but well, I would dance in the bars, didn't I? So I like it, but you know, like the band in the bar, there's nothing better. I was talking to DJ about that. I miss records. I miss the authentic sound of records and the frequency that they play that I miss. It's not until you put a record on and hear somebody, you know, doing the decks with records that you think, I missed that. I've missed that for sure. I've missed that frequency. I've missed that authentic vibe. So for Al, our beautiful, hardworking Al, what does Al need to know today for his greatness? What does Al need to know today for his greatness? 3 of Swords. Wow, this card. Al keeps coming out today, even before you came. It's popping out in different decks. 3 of Swords. Al, there's pain here, and if you're not already feeling it, there's pain here. It feels like a friend is going to lose a loved one. I know that's hard to say, but you know that it's a transition, and you understand that. They don't understand that quite as well. And so this 3 of Swords, it is painful. It feels like there is a change in the heart chakra and in the mental body of what you're thinking is love and where love is being shown, and is it balanced. 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords again in the mental body, in the mental plane, but there is 2 roads to take, and you're feeling split apart, split into regarding this. For 3 of Wands, sorry, and the 6 of Coins on the bottom of the deck. Be balanced where you put your time and effort and where you give your gifts. The wisdom in the 6 of Coins is to not give away from your well. Give your energetic excess and your physical excess, seed it into things that are worthwhile, because if you're just giving to a person who does not want to help themselves also, then you start giving to a void, and that void starts to get expectant of that giving, and you ultimately start emptying your own well because that void is endless in the other person. So there must be balance and wisdom in the 6 of Coins as to where you give your physical energy, physical pentacles, physical time, for sure. And on this would speak to also where this pain is coming from. It is also that you're not sort of feeling that fully that the path is representative of who and what you are, which is a powerhouse of energy and a super soul energy, super soul energy. So this 2 of Pentacles is asking you actually to go where the pain is in your heart chakra, with your mental body, with your mental mind, with your ability to envision yourself going within and going to that heart chakra, that where that pain is. And we all know when we get pain like this, that mental pain, words that are being said, actions that are being taken, you can actually feel the physical crunch of the physical organ of the heart. And so this is where you're taking that focus to there, and blind yourself, you know, do the ritual of blindfolding yourself so that you see more the path forward with your mind's eye, rather than feeling torn with these 2 paths that are being put before you. Now, the 3 of Wands would say that this is going to spur you into action, and action is going to be taken, and it's going to start to be, after a long time of sort of sitting with this, swift. On top of that, there is this death that I pick up, more towards a friend, partner, that you're going to be drawn into to aid with, to help with. Again, be balanced with, and I know this sounds clinical, but be balanced about how much you give time-wise, physical, pentacles-wise too, because the path forward looks very different for you in this more creative space, where your passions really do you know, you create and you're drawing and painting, and actually you're finding that, well, not painting, you know what I mean, creating images that actually you are finding that you've got a gifting for, and you're drawing spiritual knowing through those illustrations, those things that you are creating, that I can see you creating. There's a lot of esoteric knowledge coming through you. And that causes this level of pain also, because with the knowing, you're able to look with open eyes and knowing eyes as to what's going on to many around you that just don't even know what's happening to them. And this can be a burden, you know, the understanding of what's going on, the knowledge of what's going on, and the wisdom about all of that. It can be a burden and can be hurtful. So it's important for you, again, with that Six of Pentacles, to transmute that into so it doesn't eat you up, so to speak. So that's for you, my lovely Al. So glad you came in. Let's see. You're welcome, James. You're welcome. What's over, Al? Pull Susie one. I feel the path of the High Priestess for you, my helpful healing energies and entities above and below, in and out. Please hear me. I speak favor over you. Please speak favor over me. Oh, James. Well, I don't know who that's to, but if it's to me or if not to me, I do give you that love and that protection and that favor today and all days. And I say that truthfully. I put the names in my mind. They've been names that I say here regularly in my meditations, and so yes, I do speak that over you. And it's no Deborah Sloan, much love, my sister Deborah. Haven't seen you for ages. Love you, love you. Dick says, I'll clean your windows and sweep the porch for a reading. You don't have to do any of that, Tracy. You can make me a cup of tea. 10-second delay. Well, elderberry, I'm not going to try and fix that now, but I will try and fix it later, because if I touch anything now, you know it, and like everything just goes, and I'm done. And I'm done. So Dick, Tracy, what does Tracy need to know? Still cracks me up, that conversation. What does Tracy need to know for today? The Emperor, again, repetitive cards. So the foundational energy, and yes, you're the jokester and you make people feel real happy, but you actually hide a strength behind you and a foundational energy behind you that not everybody sees. I think it's important that you start to come forward more and accept that emperor-like energy and start taking authority over your own life and over those around you that are in your life, and as to balancing that out. Now the Queen of Coins comes out, so this would speak to I feel there's a block there regarding past loves, you know, that you can't accept something that is good now that would be a balanced relationship. You actually question whether they actually really exist, but there is this Queen of Pentacles energy to balance out this very masculine, very, very beautiful and passionate energy that you have, Tracy. I bet you are a fun ride, so to speak. But there is more to this, that there are balanced females out there, and there is one that is already interested in you and that would be a good match for you, and it opens up the world. I'm hearing that song from Disney, of all things, I Can Show You the World, that kind of thing. There is something here for you that is either here already that you know what I'm talking about, or it's coming forward for you, that as this Emperor, you're attracting in this very divine, feminine, grounded, hippie-like energy of a lady who would be a good match for you. And actually, it would be great for you to unlock pains of the past in order to let go of them completely, and also before you let go of them, gain many more lessons even than you have already from them that can take you forward. So you're not going forward with baggage, so to speak. But this hippie lady sort of understands all of that. She's got a level of esoteric knowledge, and this opens up a whole new world to you, a whole new possibility to you. I don't know why, but land is coming through in my mind. I can see a field, an open field, and I don't know if that's going to be yours or it's just somewhere that you're going to meet or need to be, but I can see it and I can smell the grass, and so the sweet grass for sure. And so this is interesting for me because the world card and then seeing land for you, there's something here that connects you, especially with the Queen of Pentacles, which is earth, which is land, which is grounded energy. There's something about this. Land in a van, that's what I can see. So let me know how that plays out over the next 6 months, I would say. Now you have the High Priestess energy. Who was just mentioning the High Priestess, James? So the High Priestess is that there is more to this lady in her divine feminine than meets the eye. There is more beyond the veil that is good, that is of knowings, that can deliver with this world those knowings through sexual practice, that is super healing for you and very, very passionate for you. You light her fire, so to speak, and she can absorb that energy because she is capable of doing so. This would also speak to attracting this energy. It would also speak to you as the Emperor, the divine masculine, enabling and engaging with your divine feminine in a grounded way, allowing yourself to be in nature more, allowing yourself to be that of the more feminine side of yourself, i.e. in your psychic, intuitive side, being more gentle and open with your emotions, but still very strong and robust, because you have the divine masculine, you've got down pat, you're the Emperor. But the divine feminine, you could incorporate that a little bit more in yourself, in the reflections of your day-to-day life. And it opens up this whole new world to you, these whole new possibilities that are connected to land in a van. So that's super powerful. Again, that rainbow, the energy, the transference energy rainbow, energy of transference rainbow. Again, the world on one side, the balance of the yin and yang on the other. When you balance, you create more worlds. When you're imbalanced, you do the same thing, but in balance, it's a beautiful thing. It's Lover's card is popping up there too. Let me know, Tracy. Nice one for you. Nice one for you. Let's see. Sorry that there's such a delay. You're welcome, Lyndon. I don't know why, but my intuition said to listen to you. So whoever needed to hear my situation, but yeah, I needed it. You're right, Lyndon. You know, I hold a lot back. You know, I'm helping other people, and there's a lot going on for me too in these energies. You know, and that's deliberately created, I know, and it's painful. It's painful. So thank you. Yeah, maybe I needed that too. You're right. I can be honest with you people. You're beautiful, knowing people, and need that a bit. Yeah, me, Gemini. Susie, Gemini? Never. Oh, love to you, Thomas, too. Yeah, be careful, Al, while you're catching up with chat and driving that fast. Damn. Hey, Lucy, Jax's daughter. Welcome to you. Much love to you, Lucy. Thank you. And thank you for sharing this out. I appreciate you so much. You would like a reading? Okay, so yeah, everybody's awesome here, Thomas. They really are. They really are. So for Susie's, I'm reading Susie's name. For Jax's daughter, Lucy. Oh, Deborah, you can message me anytime. I feel you. I feel you. I'm sorry. I am. This is from readings way past when I was preparing people. Do you remember? Saying, you know, more now because it would be too much at the time. So it's difficult, but I do feel you for sure. So Lucy, lovely name, Lucy. You light being. Lucy, what does Lucy need to know? She needs the other deck, that's what she needs. Lucy, what does Lucy need to know? Queen of Swords. Lucy, there is a need for you to feel free to go onto your throne now. You've grown so much, and you are a this is a Gemini-like energy. It's swords. It's you maybe need to incorporate your strength through your words and your thoughts a bit more, being a bit more forthright with yourself and those around you. Speaking beauty to yourself is super important. I'd love you to write on a mirror some beautiful words that you see every day to help absorb that energy. But also, don't be afraid to be a bit cutthroat with those around you, and be a bit plain speaking. Where hurts have been created through others, some deliberately so, and nastily so, speak that out and be able to know that that you are capable of that, and you don't have to cling on to these energies. You can release them, because it feels like you've got a lot to say that you haven't said yet. And so as that Queen of Swords, that's asking you and telling you you have the strength and authority to be able to be on your throne and speak your truth and be very clear and precise and cutthroat about your truth, and knowing that you will not suffer fools gladly anymore. It feels like you've been having a lot thrown at you from others, and the beautiful, gentle being that I'm feeling, you've sort of felt like you had to take that on board and hold that pain on behalf of others, with this Ten of Swords that has kept coming up also today for others and yourself. This is where I think this is where you stepped onto your throne today, or you're going to, because you sort of stop and think about just how many swords have been put in your back. Just how much pain are you carrying each day? And it's all pain from words that you speak to yourself, words and labels that come from others, and thoughts that come from others. And so it's time that you sit on your throne, sweet lady, and speak your truths, both to yourself and to others. And it's not true that you are not beautiful. It is not true that you are not divine. It is not true that you do not have psychic abilities, because you do. It is not true that you are not in your authority of yourself. It is not true that you do not have wisdom. You have much wisdom. You just need to use it more and be confident in using it more. It's time to mature into that is already you. You've just never given yourself that full release to be you and not care. Ask Susie, she's another Gemini. This is where you climb on your throne, sweet lady, and accept what you are, and others will either accept you or go away, but no longer do they have the permission to put those swords, those words, those thoughts, those actions in your back. No. And then you have this Judgment card, which speaks to you finding your path, you finding a different tribe. You've been feeling this vibration, this hum, this pull in a different direction from your own psychic nature, from your own intuitive nature, that has been pulling you forward into a different space, into a different way of being. And this is where you are confident enough in this Queen of Swords to lay yourself bare, to lift yourself up and release yourself from that is dead, from that needs to stay in the ground, and walk forward in a different way. You've got the Fool card in reverse. You have some reluctance to do this. This is where you're trying to rationalize maybe a little bit too much, and not just going with your intuitive side. And this is where, there are dangers to any path ahead. Of course there are. But if you're on a path that resonates with you, that is feeding you, that is helping you grow and expand, then those dangers are acceptable in this dualistic place. You can deal with them, they're dealable. You can use them actually for your greatness, for even more growth. But to stay stagnant in a place where you're just accepting more and more swords in your back, actually, there is no path. You just stay still, you just stay in this ground, then go into reverse. And so there is this need for a confidence boost in being guided by your own intuition, and doing that by going forward and letting go of that's been stabbing you in the back, to be quite honest. Right, I'm gonna have to go and have a drink. Beloved, I have had visions of you. I haven't dreamt of you, but I have had breakthrough visions of you actually a few times, at least 3 or 4 times. Yeah, I do that with a few people, you know, and it's mostly when I'm not even trying. Raven, I absolutely see Raven doing rituals just in his own elements. Damn, powerful, powerful soul. Gemini to the right, Gemini to the left. Here we are, stuck in the swords with you. That's right, Elder Barry. Let's see, Jax, you're a Gemini too. Yeah, we're all over. I never used to meet that many Geminis. My mom's a Gemini, my brother's a Gemini, but outside of the family, my cousins, 2 cousins are Geminis. I've got more cousins than that, but 2 of them are Geminis. So yeah, now all of a sudden Gemini is coming forward. So let's see, I think I've got everybody. Oh, Deborah needs a reading. Deborah, how could I not do a reading for you, my beautiful? How could I not? Oh, Elder Barry, shucks. Let's see. Deborah, what does Deborah need to know? Same name as my mom, Deborah, beautiful name, means a bee. That could seem like nothing, but then you look at the hexagon, the shape of life, and all of the manipulations and uses it has that are hidden from us. Damn. Deborah means everything. So Deborah Sloan, what does Deborah need to know today for her greatness? What does Deborah need to know today for her greatness? Let me know, let me know. What does my sister Deborah need to know for her greatness today? Bring it to me. She can handle it. I can hear you feeling that. 6 of Cups in reverse. Damn, repetitive cards today. Okay, 9 of Wands. Need a 3 and then you're at the okay. So we have okay, Deborah, tough. We've got the 3 of Wands. You're needing to look outside of what has been normal for you up until this point. You're needing to look at wider horizons and take action on it. Something about a house, you know, that needs action being taken on it, or you've been putting thoughts into letting it go and moving on. Even there's thoughts there as to what we can dig down to if you need me to clarify further on another day. But there is the 6 of Cups here. It feels like there is going to be a death. It does, and it feels like there's going to be arguments over a will. Which, you know, again, is so stupid that people can do that, you know, when somebody's transitioned, be so concentrated on the physical. But at the same time, we do live in the physical, so you do have to protect your interests, Deborah. There's something here for you from a man in the family who has passed on, who wants to give you a message. Hold tight. I don't know what that means. Hold tight, sweet lady. What are you holding tight on? Maybe your position, financial position, hold tight for now. It's not time yet. The 9 of Wands would speak to needing clarity. There's something going to come up that really is going to mix with the emotions regarding family, regarding heritage, regarding your ancestors even. Something that's going to come forward that really puts you in this space again with the Wands of considerations. Consideration here, looking at wider horizons. Consideration here, looking at wider horizons. There needs to be a lot of discernment as to how to go forward, because the stuff that you're wrapped in from your emotional body that is connected to your past, that is still in your present. It's a weird position to be in. You're witnessing changes in others that makes it so different, but actually everything looks the same. So it's hard for you to sort of describe to others, but it's creating the need for you to look further afield. outside of these emotional connections that have always been there, to be able to follow a different path for sure. Don't go on that road trip with that person. It just feels like it's going to be filled with arguments. When that offer comes up, just know to say no. You've got the 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, no, 8 of swords in reverse. So the longer that you sort of stay in the position that is ultimately transitioning and changing in front of your eyes, the longer you're going to keep yourself locked up in this mental prison, not able to see. Again, there's like this bandage here that is just above the eyes, but is covering pain, bruises, aches, tiredness. And then this same bandage has come over the eyes, and now the person is bound up in thoughts that are going around and around and around, cyclical thoughts that are like a merry-go-round and hard to grasp a hold of. So while this situation is happening, it's hard for you to then discern a path forward. So what do you need to do, Deborah? Just to clarify extra, because this is tough. I know it is. I know how hard this is for your sister. I'm sorry. It's a position many of us are in right now, and it is difficult. So let's see. Three of Swords. There's going to be pain here, or there is a lot of pain here. Ultimately, you're going to have to let go of quite a few people around you, Deborah. It feels like they're actually going to cause you more pain. The High Priestess is showing you, and the Two of Wands there is showing you a different path, to look beyond this, to pierce through the veil of knowing, of the inner standing, to go back to the great work you were doing on your spirit self, on your, I don't like the word higher self, but your higher self, to remember that you've been distracted for a while with all these physical things and physical beings changing around you. You've been distracted from that for quite a while. You've been drawn back in that direction. That's where your power is. It's not in the physical where you're getting distracted and bound up with this 8 of Swords. It's to go into this pain in order to be able to transmute it. And you're fully capable of that with this High Priestess card. Not to say that it's easy, but do it ritualistically before it kills you, before it hurts you, before it keeps you wrapped up so tightly you've forgotten how to get out. Put salt on these thoughts like you would put salt on ice. Transmute them, both physically and mentally and emotionally, and pierce through this veil. Go back to where you were about 8 months ago, where you were really deep in the spirit realm, really deep into expanding and inner standing more in spirit. That's going to really help your sister. Very painful, I know. My love to you always, absolutely. It's a very painful position many of us are in right now, and it's ouch. Yeah, it's very difficult. But we can share love here, and our love works. We can transmute it out to each other again here in this powerful space that we're in. And so yes, Deborah, we send love to you. Absolutely we do. Yeah, please tap that like button. Oh, that makes sense, Al. I'm sorry for the loss. I really am. Transitioned well, though I don't feel transitioned falsely, which is going on right now also, into this like false built realm. That I don't feel that from that. Absolutely. Tickle the love button. Tickle my button. Let's see. I think I've got everybody. Oh, I love you too, Deborah. Unmentionables. Oh my goodness, Tracy, I love you. And my granny used to say that, your unmentionables. Jenny, pass me down your unmentionables. I can put them in the wash when I was staying there on the weekend. I love that. I could also launder your unmentionables. I imagine you saying that with a hat on, like a detective type hat on. What do you call those hats? That's what I imagine you. Yeah, computer takeovers, the energies of technology being messed with is rife, Deborah. Oh, so thank you for all being here. Oh, Lyndon, we love you. We send love to you. DJ, thank you for being here, my brother. Really enjoyed your company the other day. Oh, thank you, Jax. You're welcome. This is the current email address there, Al. I've put that up there. Thank you, Susie. She keeps me right, my sister. You're welcome. Sorry I haven't been online so much, Rants. I will be getting back to it. I will. I'm just being pulled apart myself a bit, you know, things going on. And trying to make money also, so you know, to sustain. So yeah, but thank you for letting me know. It's good that I was on today. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Have a Stella. You're welcome, big bro. Oh, you're welcome, Lilu. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. And I've got dry lips now. Asbi Muna, thank you so much. Thank you. Asbi, I am just about to go. Okay, Asbi. Asbi, what does Asbi need to know? What does beautiful Asbi need to know for the greatness of themselves today? What do they need to know? Okay, Asbi. So, the Knight of Pentacles, there is strategy here. The Knight of Pentacles creates a strategic path forward. It doesn't go bombarding in like the Knight of Wands or Swords. It is a more thoughtful energy. So the horse is at a standstill here, while there is a consideration of where to put this pentacle, this physical thing, this physical reality, this business plan, or this home, or whatever it is. There is a consideration that needs to be had here, or there is someone coming forward to you that is a bit more outside of what you would normally expect yourself to be attracted to, in that it's very thoughtful, very precise, very planned, and not as flamboyant and quick and out there as an energy, but more strategic energy. And this is a good energy to ground you today. And if you get advice from this kind of energy, take it regarding your pentacles, of where to put your pentacles. There is this thing that's being brought forward to you, this message of strategy that catapults you into the unknown. What is beyond the veil? What is behind the veil of inner standing? And this is where you are catapulted into something that is a bit foreign to you, but the answers are there for you, in that it's a completely different path from the paths that you've had previously. Now you have the sun in upright. I mean, the sun, woohoo, got the sun today for somebody. This is a major arcana, that this is where things grow. This is the birth portal, you know, the death portal. This is, if this isn't here, there is no life. And so there's much, although this is very odd to you, this messenger coming forward that is very precise and strategic and well put together, you know, very different to what you've normally been around or been attracted to. This is where you are actually, there's something there, and so you are put into the unknown with this high priestess, divine feminine energy flowing forward, which then brings out this sun, this growth, this life. So actually you see hidden talents and hidden secrets to this knight, whoever this knight is. You see that there is a bit of fire in their belly, you know, they just know how to balance that out. And with the Knight of Cups and underneath, this is a message that would not initially maybe seem like it's a love message, but actually grows very quickly through going through that veil of the unknown into this life center where things are created, where love is created, where love, it's always better to be outside and you can feel the heat of the sun on your shoulders, you're warm, you're not shivering, you're actually harnessing that energy, you're not shivering that energy, you know, to try and keep a hold of it and losing it anyway in the cold. This is a warm, upbeat energy for you. So don't look at it for what it seems like. Look beyond, pierce back behind that veil, and maybe accept something very different into your life. For sure, for sure. I hope that helps, honey. I hope that helps. Roger Rabbit. Oh, hello, Roger Rabbit. I haven't seen you for ages. How are you, my brother? Much love to you. Much love to you. Absolutely. Oh, you are my angel moon, soul sister in Montreal. There you go. Well, that is a message that is very different for you, but there's something there. Yes, it is our birthright. Asby, I trust the universe has my back to help me manifest everything I need in divine timing. I back that 100%, Asby. I back that intent. But that reading is interesting. So let me know how that goes, how you get on there. You are welcome. You are welcome. So I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I did, I'm going to be back. I really appreciate you sharing out this stream. You know, I do like truther stuff too, sharing out that stuff. Look at the ritual writing on the wall that I did just recently. It really does give a grasp of what is going on here from a magical perspective that I warned about way back, but I just did sort of a review of it, an explanation of it in the writing on the wall, the ritual play. So have a look at that, share it out, please, and don't be afraid to subscribe. Don't be afraid to tickle that love button, that like button, and get those subscribers and likes up. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate you all. And know that I'm here. I'm spreading myself real thin, but I'm still getting stuff done. And I love you all and appreciate the support here more than you know. And actually, this is where it is in the, you know, in the physical, like when meeting DJ and Janaid and all of the others. This is where it's changing in that, you know, family, you know, you thought was always going to be family. And we're actually going through a big change of where family for a lot of people actually is changing and is not acting like family. And so this is where we find that actually family is a label. And yes, there are meanings to it. There are chords in it. There are connections in it. But actually, we are consciousness. And those who are conscious, those who are able to connect to their subconscious and beyond and below, are connecting with one another, and it's a real source of strength, and we can't belittle it, and we cannot take a day of not being grateful for it. I am grateful for all of you every single day, and the more that this plays out, as I predicted and many others, the more that this plays out, the more grateful I get for you lot every single day, and know that energies are put out to you via my magic every single day. I appreciate you all. I've been walking the path of a high priestess. It's funny, James said that earlier. I've been holding rituals for people, and you know I don't do titles or labels. I always said in the early days, when I can fill the label and encapsulate that label, and it's helpful to do so, I will. But I don't just own a label and say, oh, I'm shaman, I'm this and that. I let the universe decide, and it seems to have decided that. So I'm walking that path and helping a lot more with healing, even more than I used to, and it's good for me also. So you all put me there too, and hopefully I put you on paths to your greatness, because that's my aim. I don't want to see any of you not reach your greatness. That's my joy, when I get messages from you that you've done certain things, taken certain actions, and down and flying, you know, in whatever way you want to fly. That gives me bliss. That gives me joy for sure. And, you know, it gives me that party-like energy. When you guys are vibrating and partying and bouncing, I feel it. And so, you know, it's important that I do that for you too. So much love to you all. I appreciate you all. Yeah, it's been rough, Roger. I feel you, brother. I feel you. Okay, I love you all. I'm gonna let you go. I appreciate you all. Much love. Roger, the just for you quickly, the Queen of Wands, there is a problem there with the King of Wands in reverse. The divine masculine is trying to speak to the divine feminine in a way that the divine feminine cannot understand, or it immediately gets that divine feminine's energies back up. And so there is a different approach to be had here regarding a passion, a relationship, a conversation. But also, I think more so, it's to your divine feminine, your divine masculine within. There is a different conversation that needs to be had here, in that you're not exalting your divine feminine because your divine masculine feels degraded right now. So to balance out those two within will really balance out the physical reality around you. I just knew you needed to know that. So I hope that helps, Roger. Much love, much balance, and much wholeness. All wholeness. I can hear beloved tell me.